I'm going to make it very simple. Private central banks took control of the nation about 85 years ago. They have created a world empire using our money, our credit, our name, while destroying everything the Bill of Rights and Constitution stands for. Now the Ponzi scheme is within a few years, conservatively, may even be quicker, of totally imploding. They don't want to get criminally in trouble. In fact, they want to maintain control of the husk, the sucked dry nest where they were basically hatched out of and then spread out worldwide with their tyranny. So we have provided the yolk to feed them in their egg that was the U.S. Now the global tyranny has broken out worldwide, taken over the planet, but they have to maintain their dominance over the original slave pit, over the original slave grid. And that's what they're doing now, setting up their military slave grid here in the United States. Now, before I cover this news, remember, and if you don't know this, just Google it. It's thousands of government websites, documents, all admitted everywhere. You can go to the Atomic Energy Agency website internationally. You can go to the Department of Energy. They admit it. Where I use this example because it's one that's better known. There's thousands where they took 4,300 and something foster children and radiated them to death. Murdered U.S. children. Oh, but the government wouldn't kill 3,000 people on 9/11, though they wrote all those think tank documents saying how they needed terror attacks to get us to get behind a global war of tyranny and a domestic police state here at home. And then all the thousands of our troops they killed with nerve gas and chemical and biological and radiological agents and all declassified. Well, it's all going on today, ladies and gentlemen. Just remember that, and then calmly they come out in the Chicago Tribune and on NBC News 5, WMAQ. Governor says Chicago is out of control, announces a plan with Mayor Daley to put National Guard troops on the streets, not to fight terror. That was the first excuse we told you. Before 9/11, we said there'll be a staged attack on the World Trade Center. And then we said the next attack will probably be on Chicago because we have all the federal training manuals where they don't even deny what they're planning. And, oh, yeah, they think you're so dumb, folks. This is all right out in the open. That's how dumb they think you are. And then I told you they would put National Guard on the streets in a few areas to get you trained singing on television. The Super Bowl, the Kentucky Derby. And then, oh, my goodness, we're going to put troops on the streets of Chicago. Now, 3 months ago, they announced they're going to have police, quote, in riot gear, just patrol streets randomly, running random checkpoints, searching people to, quote, stop gun crime. The guns are doing it. One of the only places in the country where they have total gun bans, and it has the highest crime rate in the nation, next to D.C., another total gun ban area. Now they've got troops on the streets in England, and metal detectors outside because they took the guns 8 years ago and the crime rate exploded. Same thing. They know, the social engineers know, they take your guns, crime explodes, they don't really fight the crime, and then say, oh, the answer is door-to-door gun confiscation using the National Guard. Because 5 gangbangers shot themselves in fights this week. You know, they always call them children when under the 18, gangbangers. Some 17-year-old guy who's killed 4 people and been in prison 3 times gets shot. They say, oh, a child died in Chicago. We've got to take your guns. And Mayor Daley, the son of the mob boss, well, of course the mob wants your guns. And that's what tyranny is when criminality takes over government, then you get tyranny, and the criminals are in control. Now, I remember 10 years ago learning that they were hiring felons in the U.S. military and police forces and sheriff's departments everywhere, and I told everyone and you didn't believe me. Then I got secret documents. Then I got declassified documents. Then, for the last 7 years or so, and you can Google this anytime, it's hundreds of mainstream articles, they write articles telling you how good it is to hire aggravated felons. And they say, oh, the Army wants aggravated felons. You know what an aggravated felon is? Well, the Associated Press and Washington Times, they all, in articles, told you. They said rape, arson, armed robbery, and it said they're hiring them. Large numbers of them. Now, if that's not enough, it says what they really seek out is aggravated felons who are illegal aliens on top of it. Foreigners who are criminals. Now, Stalin only hired criminals out of jails to carry out his operations because he knew they were criminals and would rape and rob and steal. He didn't hire foreigners who were criminals. Other countries, the Soviets would use foreigners from one satellite country to go into another. So they also did that, but separately, not felons who were foreigners. It was felons and foreigners. Oh, here in America, we use aggravated felon, foreigners. This needs to be discussed. This needs to be addressed. This needs to be talked about on other talk shows and in the newspaper. But it isn't. They'll just see an occasional blurb saying, oh, it's a wonderful thing. It's good. Now, I don't want you to think Barack Obama started this. I don't want us obsess too much on Barack Obama, who runs absolutely nothing, who's a total puppet. Doesn't matter if it's John McCain or Barack Obama. These Republican and Democratic national conventions, this is all just theater for you to think they run something, okay? That's all it is. And something for pollsters and advertisement agencies to make money. It is a complete spectacle. It's like a vestigial claw on the elbow of a dog, okay? It isn't in use anymore. You got me? It isn't in use anymore. And the Chicago Tribune also reported, and then we went and found the audio tape. We have time, we'll play it later, but it's on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. Obama calls for national civilian Stasi. Now remember, Clinton first set this up. Bush expanded it. It's called Secure Corps. Giving you the name now. It's a division of AmeriCorps, and you can read where 6th, 7th, and 8th graders are trained with M16s on how to do warrant service, run checkpoints, aid the police in martial law. This is from the Philadelphia Daily News. Was the first place I saw that in 2002. The Secure Corps. Yes. Philadelphia Daily News, Secure Corps. LexisNexis Media. Got people listening in Chicago, where we're on, or Kansas City, or upstate New York, or Austin, Texas, or San Diego. Don't roll your eyes. I'm going to give you the terms. Secure Corps, Philadelphia Daily News. Then it said, warrant service, checkpoints, aiding in civil emergencies. Well, Obama is just announcing what's already been set up. I'm not defending him either. He's a totally evil puppet, runs nothing. The point is that this is what they're proposing, and the quote here is civilian national security force to surveil the American people. Now, wait. They've already hired 500,000 truck drivers, 26,000 preachers, 23,000 executives. That's InfraGard. The clergy response teams. I'm giving you keywords. Google clergy response teams. Come on. It's homework time. I reported this, by the way, all before it was in the mainstream news. I told you your dollar would plunge years ago. I told you the stock market would plunge. I told you why it would happen. I told you 2 years ago you'd be paying $4 a gallon this summer. I didn't just say $4 soon. I said 2 summers from now. You know why? Because I got my head screwed on straight. You know why? Because I research. Because I can't go to sleep at night because I know about this. Because I want to save this country. Now, when we come back, I'm going to tell you about the almost 1 million body bags for you and your family that FEMA stockpiled just in one location. We got video, the mass coffins for you and your family. It's on Infowars.com right now. You'll believe it when they blow your head off.